Hi, my name is Karreen Martin. I am a licensed acupuncturist, massage therapist, esthetician, and a spiritual response therapy practitioner. I love pulling in the Eastern medicine, the Western medicine, and the esoteric medicine. I like to call on my guides and my angels, and I like to, as I work with clients, to connect with their guides and angels and committees to make sure that the information that I'm dowsing is for their highest good. I want to know what percentage I'm working out of ego as well as my clients. I like it to be 3% or less. I want to make sure that I'm neutral 100%, and I also want to make sure my client is neutral 100%. I want to make sure that I'm always clearing for extra souls, hidden souls, multiple souls, discarnates, piggyback souls. There's all kinds of souls, and as you're clearing, you have to make sure your high self committee understands this different terminology to make sure they can find these souls and send them to the light for divine healing. Anytime we do clearing for myself or for others, we always open up either portals, openings, pinholes, and we always want to make sure we seal those with divine love, divine light, and divine healing, asking that as we send these souls off, that they get new information, new wisdom, new light, new healing, new understanding of this earth plane. I also like to make sure they understand about money, they understand about communication, they understand about education. I really want to send them off with divine healing so that when they do come back to this earth plane, if they elect to do that, their committees are of a higher vibration. As I'm working, it's really important that I am vibrating on a very high vibration. So I always use a number chart, 0 to 100. So if I ask a question, I'm going to dowse right now. So I'm going to dowse, and yes is like this, no is like this. So I'm going to ask, what percentage is my ego? And it's reversed for you, but it's 3%. I'm going to ask, where's my neutrality? And it tells me 100%. So I'm ready to start dowsing. So I'm going to teach you how to protect yourself. Make sure that your high self committee is of 1 or 2 digits. So what you do is you get a number chart and you ask, how many high self committee members are working with me at this time? And if it goes to 100, then put it 50, 100, 150, meaning you check the numbers, and you tell your high self committee you have to be of the highest vibration and of the highest vibration of light, love, and healing, and say, I can only have 99 or less high self committee members. Give their permission for them to leave. Make sure that they're ready to work with you, your angels and your guides, and be of the highest light, the highest knowledge, and the highest understanding. And as you send them off, again, send them off with divine love, divine healing, divine greatness, divine wisdom to be downloaded, assimilated, and workable for them. And then you're going to check. Again, how many high self committee members do I have? 50, 75, 100? And I have approximately 62. I always love that number. Source always, I guess with me, enjoys that number. As I clear for my client, I want to make sure also that their high self committee is 99 or less members as well. I want to make sure they're of the highest vibration, the highest light, and the highest knowledge. I also want to make sure my client has an ego of 3% and neutrality of 100. And then I want to ask before I start working with my client, is my client open to receiving healing? Sometimes it says no, but don't assume that your client does not. That just tells me there's extra souls, hidden souls, discarnates there. I'll just do another cleanse of their body, and I'll ask, I always want to make sure there's just one soul in that body unless they're pregnant. I always ask, is there one soul in that body? How many? 1, 10s, or 100s? If it goes to hundreds, you want to clear it to just one soul. You want it to be just the one. I only want one soul as I work, and as I work on my client, I just want one soul. So why would we have extras? Well, sometimes when we come into this lifetime, we've met with guides, angels, and committee members and pretty much begged them to come in with us and help us. But at some point in our life, it's time for them to leave. And if your life gets filled with chaos and nonsense, you probably have more than just one soul. And it's not unusual as daily events go by that other souls step in. If you tend to drink or drug or have a lot of anger, a lot of depression, get your little dowsing tool out and just make sure you have one soul in your body. I guarantee it will raise your vibration. Make sure you always send those souls to the light for healing and for love and for new understanding. Once you get yourself prepped and you have an ego of 3% and neutrality of 100 and just one soul in your body and a high self committee of 99 or less, you're going to be ready to work. Let's say you're going to ask a question, and we're just going to make something up. I'm going to ask, not only for me, but for those of you viewing, do we have blocks to self-destruction? And Spirit says yes. So what I want to teach you to do right now is take a breath. So each time I clear a program for you, I want you to take that breath, I want you to hold, and I want you to release. As you saw I took the breath, you kind of saw my shoulders raise, and then I hold like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I do a long, slow exhale. So let's get ourselves prepped. Let's take that breath and hold. I'm going to ask our guides, our angels of the highest vibration, to please go in and check any programs of self-destruction running at this time, whether they're pre-programs, old programs, current programs. I want you to check past life parallel universes, other dimensions, the here and now. I want to ask that anything you inherited genetically of self-destruction from your mother or your father or their ancestors, 20 generations plus, let's go in and clear that now. I love to do the Alpha to Omega, the infinity sign. Please clear any and all energies of self-destruction I inherited from my mother and my mother's family. Spiritual kick. I also want to clear any programs that I inherit of self-destruction from my father. It's just the infinity sign. I'm going to ask for divine love, divine healing, any ancestral download that I received on my father's side 20 generations back that no longer serve for my highest good. Let's clear those programs, those belief systems, those perceptions and judgments. Please take a breath. Anything that I've learned in this lifetime that no longer serves my highest good and creates disharmony in my life, heartache, pain, suffering, and sadness surrounding self-destruction. Let's go in and take a breath. Let's make sure on all layers, all levels, all lifetimes that our guides, angels, and high self committee locate those programs, those belief systems, those patterns, and we release them now. Please take a breath and hold. When you breathe out, you should feel yourself become a little bit lighter. Any and all self-destruction programs, any heart vows, soul contracts, or curses that I've placed on myself or other has placed on me, let's go back and check our past lives, parallel universes, other dimensions, this lifetime, the here and now, and future lifetimes. Let's make sure they become null and void. Any curses, heart vows, soul contracts I placed on myself, others placed on me, Archangel Michael, make them null and void. Please take a breath. Any programs of self-destruction that I'm holding in my body, in the front of my body, the back of my body, in my bones, my muscles, my tissues, my DNA, my cellular memory, please go in and release it now. Any hidden programs, maybe lies that my body's telling her. I don't want, maybe my soul doesn't want it to come up. But our guides and angels need to find it. Let's give them permission to find these hidden agendas, hidden programs. Take a breath. Again, thank you for clearing self-destructive programs, thoughts, feelings, emotions, and belief systems that we inherited from our ancestors. We want to ask that divine love, divine healing not only take place for me, but for my mother and father. Thank you. Divine healing and divine forgiveness. Again, this is Karreen with Karreen and Company. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.